The time check now for you, about 21 minutes past 5. We're going live with the men's race at 5:30 this morning, South African time, SAST, and then the women's race 5 minutes later at 5:35. So I think to get things started, Al, I mean, a lot's happening in the world of Zwift. I see a brand new campaign from the world of Zwift, the Black Celebration Series, which is a campaign they're going to be doing throughout the course of the year, celebrating the success of black riders and cyclists, in the world and what they've achieved in their lifetime. So really cool to see that. And then interesting news this week: 2 guys banned for doping.
I think one is a lady. They're obviously big champs overseas and stuff. And these guys, they're messing with the results, because a lot of guys will use their trainer and then they use a power meter, and they were actually doctoring their power meter and then submitting and they got banned. So guys, play clean, and that's just the way it is. Don't cheat.
Yeah, congratulations to the guys at Zwift and Zwift Power and those involved in really being the monitors and in making sure that we keep this racing fun and fast, but also that we keep it even and on an even playing field. So good to hear that those things are coming in place. Lots of exciting things coming our way in 2021, and lots of exciting projects that we've got lined up with the Premier League South Africa. One of those working with the team from Team ABSA in their build-up to the ABSA Cape Epic later on this year, which was postponed from March through to October. So really excited about that. Our first live stream for the year with them will be on Friday this week. So that'll be really exciting. I think straight away, let's go and quickly have a look at the results from last week. Let's go into the women's results if we can, and we'll bring them up onto the screen for you. There they are right there. So Frances Jansz van Rensburg, a great ride from her. Michaela Surtees on form as always, and then Paris Edwards in third. I mean, 3 really strong ladies.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sarah Hill also there fourth. Jo van der Winkel, I see she's also changed teams this week, so she's with a new team. But it's a really strong field. And today we've got the likes of Courtney Weber's back, Azilda Brits are back. There are a lot of ladies that did very well last year are back again. So I think it's the guys are looking for something to do. They're looking for a race, seeing as most of the races in South Africa were cancelled, and this is a brilliant platform to do it on.
And what a great start for Team Quebec. Ladies leading it out on 517 points. Peak Ladies in second, and Galileo Infinity Spot Racing in third place. Let's go quickly and have a look at the men's racing. And nice to see in the month of February, we're keeping it nice and simple. What we've done is we've opened it up to the public, which is great, just to get guys back into the swing of racing. So results for you there: Yuri Carranza from Team Vegan out of the USA goes first, James Barnes in second, and then Kair from Japan, I think it was, from Team Zeal in third. So some really good racing, and the South Africans might have been caught a bit lacking, but remember, Europe and overseas is in winter. They've been flat out over the Christmas period on Zwift. So the South Africans are getting ready to come back at them. Let's just quickly have a look at the teamers out there, if we can bring that back up. I know that the Aurelia Titans had a good race. I think they're sitting in 1, Absolute Motion in 2, and USC Avengers in 3. So nice racing, guys, and good luck out there today. All right, so really cool. I think what we need to do now is time check, 24 minutes past 5. The guys are signing up on the platform. There they go, the numbers up now. We've got, I think, just over 208 sign-ups this morning, which is great across both the men's and the ladies. A lot of chatter coming through from the guys. We've got Leva there saying good morning, good luck to everyone, and we've got Yoon in as well, so he's here, he's racing, so good morning.
I see Lyle Poulter there's asking guys, are we staying in zone 2 today?
Straight on coming in as well, saying good morning. Dickens saying only on the hills, Lyle. But really cool to see. I think let's quickly go and have a look at that route for today, because this is going to be quite a nice route, Al.
Yeah, it's a really, really flat route. It's one of the new ones that Zwift has sort of added towards the end of last year. Only 12.8 kilometers per lap. We are doing 2 laps, so it works out at 25.6 k's or whatever. And if you look at the profile there, very, very, very flat. We're only going to do 88 meters in total today climbing. So the sprinters are going to be on form today. The teams are going to have to work to get their sprinters towards the finish line. What's nice with the double lapper, when they go through, the guys will all qualify for those power ups, and hopefully it is a random power up, obviously, as they go through that start finish line. So that's going to throw a whole new dynamic into the game as well.
So going to be very, very fast out there today. You saw just 44 meters of elevation. So good luck to all the riders out there. We hope you have a great ride today, whether you're racing or riding as an individual or a team of 4. Remember that your family and friends can watch the live stream, but they can also join you on the Zwift Companion app, where they can give you a ride on and start commenting and be involved in your race, which is quite nice. And Zwift is very big on that. There are a couple of things that Zwift are really working on hard hard going into 2021. One of those is the fan engagement platform, and then of course always community first, and also of course talent identification. So really good to see some amazing things coming out of the platform. Massive success, massive growth in 2020, putting together the virtual Tour de France, putting together the very first UCI Esports Cycling World Championships, our own Ashley Moolman-Pasio winning that at the end of last year. So lots of stoke for South Africa, lots of pride for South African Zwift riders there. And I think some exciting things to come on the platform this year as they continue to evolve and just really continue to give the best possible consumer and community experience to the riders. The guys coming in now, Lawrence de Beer, Flanduya. Morning everyone, enjoy the race. He comes in. We've got Low from CycleWorks. Hello, he says. So good morning everybody. Your time check is 5:27. We've got
112 men signed on already.
112 men in the loop already. What we're going to do now is we're going to go across to our brand new second studio. It's a full green screen studio and setup. Garmin Tax, just that Neo 2T trainer is looking absolutely incredible. We've got Travis Johnson from Mavericks Academy and the Rulia Tritons, the team captain there. With him, Maria Gomez, she's also with the Mavericks Academy, and then Jared James. So there you see Travis now. He's in picture at the moment. Maria just to his left-hand side. She's giving us a little wave. And
do you know that she races? She's got a bottle of tequila sitting in the front of her bike, because that gives her...
She's Spanish, that's right. What do you expect?
Argentinian.
I didn't expect anything less. So Travis in the middle, he'll be leading the charge there with the guys in studio. And then what we'll do is we'll be profiling them throughout the course. Also joining us today, and going to be very, very cool to see him, will be our boss and master in charge, our title sponsor, the man with a plan, and that just continues to support this community month on month. Hayden Simpson from Galileo Risk Infinity Insurance. We'll be cutting to him a little bit later on Zoom, having a look and see how he's going in his pain cave at home. And then after the race, we'll also have a little chat with him and see how it went. So exciting times. What we're going to do now is let's go...
minute 30 to go, yeah.
Full screen. Let's go straight across to the start line and see what's going on there. And you guys can have a look at what's going on. So you'll see on the right-hand side, look at that, the batch is full. We've got 120 something riders, I think 124 at the moment. And the guys are having a couple of chats on the right-hand side, saying good morning, see how they're doing. Al, what are they actually doing now? There's a lot of people watching the show for the first time, learning the Zwift experience for the first time. What's with those funny
so
bolts?
Basically, yeah, it's almost just a graphic thing to keep them, so that they know they can't move while that's activated. So the guys can stay warm. That's what's nice about the racing platform. Once the gun or the clock hits 0 and the gun goes, then those things will also automatically disappear and the guys will take off. Good to see that Marco Matheson's back as well. He's a youngster, 16 years old from the Western Cape. He, I think, was 6th overall last week, and the second South African home. So a promising youngster. Let's see what he's got to do today. I mean, I know he's a bit of a climber, so let's see. Obviously a little bit of a different sort of tactic today. A lot of guys also. What's nice about this month is we've made it open and public, and a lot of guys are racing solo, and the teams are obviously out there still trying to score points.
All right, so 25 seconds to go. You'll see there the Premier League South Africa Community Series race number 2. So cool. I just get such a thrill every single time about seeing our logo up there, and it's just so cool to see. They've got 10 seconds to go now. The elite men are about to go off. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live stream of 2021 here on the Premier League South Africa. It is race number 2, and 3, 2, 1, and off they go. So launching out onto the course, Al, there's no lead in today. They go straight into that 12.8 kilometer lap, and you've got to be on the gas from the get-go.
You've got to almost 10 seconds to go. What you've got to do is you've got to really crank it up quite high. Almost at your max FTP. Get the cadence up. Get your watch out. So when that gun hits 0, you launch off the start line. Last week I raced and I actually took a photograph of it just to show you the power these guys are pushing out. I was pushing out 580 watts at 115 RPM and I was going backwards. These guys start fast. They do not wait. There's not like, okay, we'll wait for you on the corner for coffee. Let's go, boys.
And what's quite nice is that because we've made it public in the month of February, just to get more people involved, hopefully reach out to more people on the South African Swift community and also internationally. There's a lot of unknown factors. There's a lot of black sheep out there, and the teams are going to be more aware of it today. I know coming into last week they weren't, and there are a couple of guys straight off the front from the get-go. But I think today the racing is on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. You can see a lot of guys have qualified for the power-ups as they went under that start line. They're using them already, which that means alarm bells are going off. The guys are really battling. It just shows you how fast the pace is. And the guys, you don't want to miss this break, because once this break happens, you're not going to get back on it. It's going to be a really, really hard ride for you. So you can see, just look out the back there, how the guys are spread out. Yeah, I mean, it's completely split up already. That just shows you. We're following Travis at the moment. He's doing 42 k's an hour at the moment. So this guy, and it's a bit of an incline, as you can see.
So cool to be back in studio. All right, so really exciting. As you can imagine, COVID-19 just throwing the world upside down in 2021, going into in 2020 as well, of course, but going into 2021, not much relief on our side. The vaccines are now available, starting to come into the country. Obviously, there's that order of who goes first, etc., etc. So at the moment, not really any racing. So the guys are just loving this. Look at that nice big group on the front there. We're watching Henry Liebenberg here, ex-SA under 23 champion on the mountain bike. So really strong. He had a good race last week as well. If you look at the screen, I'll maybe just take us through what's going on. What's happening in that top blue corner on the left-hand side?
On the blue, that's obviously, we're following Henry at the moment, so that's what he's pushing out, 260 watts. He's 81 cadence, that's the RPM, and then his heart rate at 164, which is quite high, and this is a pro rider. So it just shows you these guys are revving it up now right in the start. If you look at the top right, that's obviously the map. You can see more or less how the riders are. We're sitting at a 0% gradient. That's that number in the top corner there. And in the middle of the screen, obviously on the left-hand side, 49 kilometers per hour. They've done 1.6 Ks, 12 meters elevation, and they've been racing for 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, that's basically all the riders. You'll see he's lying 9th at the moment, or 16th. See how they're just changing all the time. Out of 125 riders, now he's in 2nd, 5th. So it just shows you how much jockeying. The guys are still jockeying for position at the start here.
Really cool to see Danny Spence there. I see Kino Valverde there. I see Moskovitz in the running as well. Lindsay up at the front. Hayden Simpson having a good start as well. So the guys really moving quickly. You'll see that the rider that we're following is in blue on the right-hand side. There's a little thumb on the left of him, that orange thumb. That is called a ride-on, which means guys have a good ride today. And it's for guys on the Zwift Companion app who are following their friends, their family, or any of their heroes, that you can actually communicate and say good luck and well done and have a good ride. We saw the volcano and the lava dropping in off the back end. Remember, here we go now into the lava pits and the lava pools. Zwift, of course, is a gaming platform first and foremost. We must remember that there's lots of amazing, really cool things. You'll see sloths, you'll see squirrels, you'll see pigeons in New York, you'll see Big Ben in London, you'll see some amazing things. They've managed to also last year introduce 2 new worlds, which were the worlds of France and Paris, specifically for the virtual Tour de France last year. And of course, that beautiful Champs-Élysées, absolutely incredibly replicated through the platform. So incredible work going on behind the scenes. Such a privilege to be working with such cool people and on such an amazing platform. Here they come out of the tunnel now. We're following Chris here from Ruliers. 2 Ruliers have got 3 teams, four teams in the racing today.
Yeah, so I mean the teams are really coming back. Like I said, you know, Ironman was postponed once again this year. So the guys, they're looking for something to do, and this is a brilliant platform for the coaches to monitor the athletes, give the guys something to. Oh, there we go. You're just talking about the birds. You know, the coaches can monitor what their riders are doing. The riders can know also once a week they can test themselves. Say, am I getting fit? Am I not? Where do I need to work? You know, and it's all in a controlled environment.
All right, we've got the ladies' start coming up. Yeah. That's going to come soon. I don't know if we're going to be able to get back to that start line or not. We're going to have a look and see if that is possible. And if that is possible, we'll go straight back into the start line for the ladies. They should have just under a minute to go until their start. Alice is going to keep up on track with that. But right now, I'll be talking about the racing. Christia from Ruliers still rocking it out there. You see the volcano with the snow-capped mountains up on the right-hand side. So this world is just incredible. You'll see the weather patterns just change all the time as well. Look at the little cracks on the road, the detail, the shadows of the palm trees. Absolutely incredible. So,
are you ready to go back?
Yeah, let's go have a look. All right, so
shortly.
Moving across and working in game with what we call the companion app. Here are the ladies, and they're about to get started. There they go. Fantastic timing from Alistair. Good work, CoCom. And Sarah Hill is in place at the moment. Remember, Sarah Hill last year racing with the Galileo Risk Infinity Racing team. This year signing with Live Giant internationally on the mountain bike. Very exciting for her. She'll be doing a lot of gravel racing as well, but obviously she's just such a big part of this community. I don't think she would ever miss a race. So nice to see her. And first time coming onto the platform for us, Amy McDougall.
She was here last week. Yeah.
First time live though. And really cool to see her. And this is going to be a jam-packed ladies race. Just look at the field of ladies. I'm not sure how many we had on the start line.
We're 56 started.
56 ladies on the start line. So if you look at our men to ladies ratio, South Africa really rocking it out here. We've got about a 35 to 40% ladies contingent, which is absolutely incredible. So girls, keep it up and keep on bringing those ladies in to join us. Paris Edwards, we know how strong she is, a triathlon coach, ex-pro triathlete, an incredible powerhouse racing for the Peak Ladies team today. And she'll be out there really putting it hard and putting it to them early on. She's going to be super strong on a course like this, which is flat because she's got those watts and she's got that power.
She's got that power, definitely. I mean, what's great to see, if you look at the flags on the left or the right-hand side of the screen, how many different countries are represented here today. The guys are racing, and because of the time we've chosen, in America, they're getting home from work now, and the guys are doing their afternoon ride, so they can ride. Canada can ride with us as well. We've got a lot of guys from New Zealand. They're almost going into night already, so they're that far ahead of us. And, it's a really great opportunity to see and to race with other guys from around the world.
Very cool to chat with Anthony Fitzhenry this week from Quebec. Some exciting stuff happening. We'll be telling you a little bit about that later. Their manufacturing plant back on track in 2021, so really excited to hear about that as well. Obviously, the new team this year, the Quebec ASOS team with team principal Dougie Ryder, going to be really good to see them. Some incredible new signings for them as well. And then also this week having a chat with Kim Raymond and Jock Boyer of Africa Rising. They're currently in Wyoming in the USA, and that's just such an incredible project. And the way that they're managing to talk to those 10 or 11 or 12 African countries. The plan from their side as well is to get these Zwift kiosks in place where they'll be able to starting to identify young talent early on, 14, 15, 16 years old. Have a look at the watts they're doing. If someone is coming up on the radar, they're then able to zoom in, and that's what's so cool about the Zwift platform. You don't physically have to be there, and you can actually see rider form, rider capability. You can be chatting to them and seeing what type of person they are. So really exciting for talent identification, and Africa Rising just doing such incredible work. So looking forward to doing some amazing things with them this year, and we've got some exciting stuff coming up towards the middle of the year.
That is one thing with the COVID. I mean, with a lot of negative that obviously COVID brought to the world, there were some positives that came out of it, and it's launched the e-racing platform unbelievably. I mean, everybody's now, and we've now got an e-world e-racing champ. It's just created a whole new category, and there's some guys that can ride there was Zwift World, and they do so well at it. But you take them on the road, and it's just a whole different.
Yeah, it's a whole in-game experience. The lava pool flowing over there. I mean, the world champion last year from Germany, an Olympic rower, took to Zwifting during lockdown to keep his form, and all of a sudden, wasn't marked. Guys didn't know who he was, and he just had incredible watts on the sprint. So well done to him. Let's talk quickly about the power-ups. I think let's bring that slide up and just basically a brief overview. What sort of power-ups will the guys be using today, Al?
Look, the one you want today is obviously the Aero Boost, which is the helmet. That's the one that will obviously, in the sprint, coming down to the sprint, it basically gives you, the aerodynamics. The guys, you can try and get away just in that sprint. The truck draft, that will boost your drafting ability, while you're sitting in there. So if you're sitting in the bunch, it just improves your drafting ability. It gives you a bit of a breather when you're trying to hang on for dear life. Breakaway burrito, I don't think we'll see that one today, but basically that means the guy can break away. Nobody can sit on his wheel, for 10 seconds to try and give the guys a chance to get away. Large bonus, small bonus, they basically get extra points for to move up a level, which is not really the one you want during a race. For sure. Feather lightweight, that's obviously makes you a percentage lighter when you're obviously going up the climbs. No big climbs today, so that you saw the guys burning them very early because they want to get rid of them to try and hopefully score.
And just to confirm, you get these power-ups randomly, so you don't know what you're going to get. Later on in the year, guys, and going into the big racing, we're going to be able to choose which power-ups we can use in those events through the Zwift platform. So we're very excited about that. We're going to bring those Zwift power-ups down and make the racing even more exciting. So I think that's going to be really cool. Yeah. So quickly, I think we've had a chat with the guys in our studio too. Let's go and see how Hayden Simpson is doing in his pain cave on Zoom. We'll try and also follow him on the racing side of things as well. But we'll go across to that as soon as we're ready, and we'll see how Hayden is doing in his pain cave and what he's up to this morning. Remember, team captain of the Pain Cave Morning Love team. So he's going to have Peter Besaidnout there. He's going to have Tommy Wetton there. He's going to have all those big weapons in place today, and it's always good to see John O'Yag is going to be there as well. They normally have two teams registered on the Premier League South Africa. I know it's early season racing for some of them, and they'll probably bring those two teams in from March or April, but shortly we'll go and have a look and see how Hayden's doing in his pain cave.
I don't know if you saw there, Max, we did drop back to Jojo, and she was still standing stuck in the start line, so I was having a technical this morning. I'm not getting off, so obviously these things happen in the virtual world. The Wi-Fi drops or whatever, train that isn't connected, it races all over. It's like a virtual punch that we call it. But good to see Courtney Webb back. We were chatting about it earlier. She's back. She did very well in the series last year. Then had to drop out because she had to focus on studies. She hated when studying gets involved.
Who does that, right? 3 wins in a row, if I remember correctly. All right, let's go and have a look at Hayden in his pain cave, see how he's doing. We're going to try and cut across to him as well in the virtual round. There is Hayden, and you can see really working hard. The guys are putting the watts down very early this morning, and just an idea of that pain cave environment. Remember, these guys are racing from their homes. They have these setups in their homes, which they call their pain cave. Some of them have treadmills as well. A lot of the triathletes have that space, and working really hard. And then we're able to match that as well to the avatar of the athlete. So Hayden, good luck out there. We'll catch up with you later, buddy. You're looking amazing. Cheers, mate. All right, so nice to see him there. We're back to Manny Sequeira. Manny Sequeira, what a legend from Ace Cycles, just doing such incredible work, and obviously one of the guys that helped us get this platform started, the Premier League South Africa platform, started out as the Ace Cycles team time trial series, and obviously adapting from there and moving into what we now know as the Premier League South Africa. So Manny, to you and your team, I hope you guys have a great ride out there today. Peter Besaidnout now from the Pain Cave Morning Love team, the Muffin Man,
yeah.
And he's getting out there as well. Looks like he's in a breakaway, but off the front end.
Yeah, right? I think he's. I think this is probably a group that's off the back there. You can see it's number 67. So this is probably the second group on the road. I'm just trying to go up the road and see. There we go. I found Travis. Let's have a look where they are. Because I'm guessing Travis will be still in their front bunch.
Onto the gravel now, so different racing conditions.
So what I was chatting to Travis about this morning, those new tax trainers, when they're riding on the gravel, that new trainer actually vibrates. It gives you the whole feeling of that you're on a dirt road. You know, not like they're just, the trainers are advancing at such a rate nowadays that it's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely, and very excited to have the guys from Taxon, the Tax Neo T2 Smart Trainer, our weapon of choice here in the studios at the Premier League South Africa, and really looking forward to getting all of our riders and the riders who come into the studio to experience these incredible trainers. So big shout out to the guys from Garmin Tax in that space. What we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to go back and look. I'm just checking out my notes here, and we're going to go and try and have a look at Travis Johnson and check out his profile and learn a little bit more about him. So coming up onto the screen, we'll have a look at that, and we'll meet the captain, the man in charge behind the Rilliers. There he is, and Travis Maverick Johnson, and he is also head of the Mavericks Academy, and really cool to see him putting that together. Some cool personal sponsors there for him as well. Works at Stanlib on the health and wellness side, head coach of Rilliers. He's been on Zwift around 7 years, so he was an early adapter. A lot of guys only coming into the platform during the lockdown, and he loves riding in pretty much anywhere in Watopia. So really cool to see him. What we're going to do now is drop into him quickly in the studio too, and have a look and see how he's doing and how he's suffering. And you can see him on the bars there. He can hear us. We're not sure if he'll want to talk back to us because he's fully focused. He's given us a thumbs up. That's all we need. And you can see he's really in the pain cave there. He's pushing some proper watts out at the moment. You can see that sweat towel just lapping up those sweat drops. He's really putting his time in. Jared on his left-hand side, Maria on his right-hand side, but he's good to go. Enjoy the ride, Travis. Chat to you later, bud. So we're going to go back into the racing now, an idea of how they're doing in the studio. Really, really good to see, and looking fantastic. Back to the racing for a little while, and then we're going to go and have a chat with Maria.
Yeah. So this is obviously, we're following Travis now. This is still that front bunch on the road. You can see he's lying at the moment 20th out of 125 riders. So there's, I'm trying to work out, probably about 30 riders max in this front breakaway group. And the green jerseys, I think that's the earliest today. I think they've gone with green, and there's a lot of green in that front bunch.
Mighty Articunas there as well. USC Avengers in there as well. The Mavericks Academy looking good.
Lawrence is racing for us now.
Is he really?
Yes,
I love Lawrence. Lawrence van der Beer, I think probably one of our finds, talent finds from last year, right? So really good to see them heading it out now. They're going through this beautiful world of Zwift. Remember, it's a virtual world, guys. It's still a gaming environment. That's why you get things like power-ups. You've got to adapt to the game and learn how to run it. The guys in those very bright, beautiful psychedelic bikes, those are called Tron bikes. You have to do 50,000 vertical meters of climbing within the Zwift platform to earn the rights to use one of those bikes as well. What's quite nice about the in-game experience is that as you get better and better, as you ride further and further and earn more credit and more pizza slices and more sweat drops, you then get to upgrade your bikes and all your accessories that come with that as well. So quite exciting to see that, and looking for maybe the manta ray or the dolphin. They normally come and pay a visit around now.
We're exiting the tunnel. Yeah, we're really exiting. So these guys already nearly finished one lap. They've done 11.7k. So they're about to finish one lap. They're going to come back into downtown Watopia now. They'll go under that start-finish line again. They'll all qualify. So that's why you see a lot of guys are getting rid of the, you see the light feathers. The guys are using them now. They don't want them. They know they're going to qualify for another one when they go under that start-finish banner. So, and if you've got a power-up that you haven't used and it doesn't sort of overwrite, you're stuck with the one that you've got. So get rid of it if you don't want it, and hopefully you get that Aero helmet, because I think we're going to see a big bunch sprint at the end of the second lap.
I see HP Kruger here as well. Nice to see him. One of South Africa's top mountain bike pros.
Javier.
Also an incredible road rider. Nick Porteous, Coach Nick, in the mix as well this morning. So really good to see the guys rocking it out. Nice to see the different flags there as well. We see a really good performance from Japan up at the top once again. And really good to see Kim Lecourt there in the ladies. She's having a good race and obviously representing Mauritius, but also a new signing to the Galileo Infinity Spot racing team for 2021, along with Sam Saunders. Sam Saunders should also be racing here today. So nice to see the girls getting at it. Michaela Surtees really on fire and in charge. It's going to be interesting to see how Courtney does go against her today. Let's get back to another one of our profile athletes today in Studio 2, and let's meet Maria Gomez. Let's have a look at her profile and learn a little bit more about her. So there she is on the Supergirls team. She is part of the Mavericks Academy and training squad. She is been doing Zwift since January last year. She said she bought an indoor trainer before she bought a bed. She says it's a true story. And she likes doing London and Central Park. So really cool to have her joining us from Spain, and really just the biggest smile in the business.
Argentina.
I heard she's Spanish from Argentina.
Yeah, they speak Spanish.
They speak Spanish. Sorry, my fault, Maria. Sorry. Yeah. Let's go quickly and have a look at her in studio. We're going to try and get across to her. There she is, Maria. Don't worry, we're just talking stuff about you here. Don't stress. Look at her go. Look at that, biggest smile in the business. She's hitting it there, rocking it out, and really cool to have her. You can see Travis still in the pain cave there, and soon enough we'll get across and have a chat to Jared as well. But keep going, guys. You're doing good, man. You're just on halfway, Trav. Go, boy. All right, back to studio. Let's go and see what's going on. We're going to back to the racing quickly, follow that for a little while, and then what we're going to go and do is have a look at this incredible new Garmin Tax Neo trainer. So let's Neo 2 trainer. So let's go and have a look at that shortly.
Maria at the moment, I see she's. Maria, you'll be pleased to know you're not. She came last week.
That's fine.
I've done it. I've been there. So it's a bit of a joke between us. So my goal last week was not to come last. So I put Oaks in my team that I knew I could beat. But Maria, now I see she's doing very well today. She's she's ahead of Kim Zitzman, Bronwyn Lewis, all behind her. So Maria really on form today. It's obviously, it's a different kind of route. Last week was a lot of climbing, and it doesn't suit, some people. And today it's a much better race for a lot of us. So,
but tough out there on your own. So what is the decision? Do you, the chance of catching up is very slight. Yeah. Do you slack off a little bit and wait for the others to catch, or do you just go race of truth?
Just hang on, because there is the drafting ability, and you can draft in the Zwift world. There is obviously all the algorithms in place and stuff, and it does make you faster to draft. But at the end of the day, you're racing. You do wait. I mean, in the real world scenario, would you sit up and say, "Oh, I'm going to wait for somebody because it's going to make my life easier," or do I go? So it's back to the front bunch. That's Amy Beth McDougall.
All right, so nice to see the ladies having a good race out there. Just seeing Courtney Webb, she's right there. Kim Lecourt in there, Sarah Hill there as well. Teresa Rolfe having a good ride as well. Michaela Surtees, Paris Edwards. It's a star-studded cast of ladies. Let's go quickly and have a look at this incredible Garmin Tax Neo T2 trainer. We've got 3 of them in our studio upstairs, and this technology is absolutely incredible. The weapon of choice, of course, for the UCI Esports Cycling World Championships last year, and these guys are really redefining the way that smart trainers look, feel, and work. As Alistair said earlier, the ability to feel that little vibration when you're going on gravel, the ability for it to work on your cadence when you're going up a hill, and let that cadence go when you're going down a hill. It really is a very smooth and clean smart trainer to use. So let's go and quickly have a look and find out a little bit more about that trainer.
I'm born ready. I'm born ready. I'm born ready. I'm born ready. Yeah, I'm born ready. Tell him I'm born ready. Limit is not in my vocab. If I don't have, then I find a way to go grab.
All right, so there it is.
It's a beautiful looking trainer.
Wow.
And I think the guys at Tax and Garmin, when they designed that trainer, they had South Africa in mind, because if there's load shedding, it's just a common thing here in South Africa, that trainer will carry on working. As long as you're pedaling, it does produce its own power as well. So if your laptop has got battery power, you can carry on Zwifting as long as your internet's up, and the trainer will carry on working. It doesn't drop out like all the others if there's a power failure.
Yeah, and it's super smooth and quiet. Very quiet. So very excited to hear that. I think one of our biggest things we have in the studios is not the noise of the trainers, but it's the noise of the fans, because those fans are just blowing onto the athletes.
Not the fans on the side.
Not the fans on the side. The actual, electric fans just trying to cool the guys down. We're watching straight on now from Team Bio, and he's doing 40 k's an hour, 12.9 k's into the racing. Done 49 meters of climbing already.
These guys are just coming through to lap now. There you'll see they've just gone through. So it just shows you the pace of those front guys at the moment.
So keeping with the front racing and talking about leaders and people that drive things, we are obviously very grateful once again to have the team from Galileo Infinity Racing, Galileo Risk and Infinity Insurance on as our title sponsors once again in 2021, and also of course a new signing, our new presenting sponsor Garmin Tax. Really cool to see them and have them on board. Such an incredible brand, and really nice to be working with them and their professional team behind the scenes as well. So let's go quickly and have a look at some news from both of those guys. We've got some nice full screen stuff on them. First of all, we'll go across to the guys from Galileo Risk and Infinity Insurance. Very, very proud of their association here with the Premier League South Africa during these crazy times. They've been supporting us since the get-go. They came on board in May last year as a title sponsor, took it all the way through to November when we stopped our racing, and got some exciting things coming our way as well. We've got our social event coming on the 28th of February. 27th of February, Saturday the 27th of February. That's going to be at Valverde here in the Cradle of Humankind, where guys can arrive early within the community, go and ride the loop of the cradle, whether it's a mountain bike or a road, and then come and have a little breakfast.
And it's not a race.
And a breakfast it's a social ride, and in your own time.
Yeah.
We've got to obey the COVID laws and restrictions, so very important. But we'll get more news to that on you in the next couple of weeks. Also, our new partner and our presenting partner here on the platform of the Premier League South Africa, an exclusive category partner for us, are the guys from Garmin Tax. We saw a little bit about that new Neo T2 trainer, and let's have a quick look at their full screen ad as well. There it is there. That is a pain cave. That's a pain cave a lot of people would like. Look at the beautiful just synergy of the black bike onto the black trainer, the blue screen. But that is an ideal setup. You know what he's missing though, of course, is a fan.
Yeah.
He needs a fan.
Yeah, so we know it's staged.
Look at the disc brakes on him as well.
Yeah.
Interesting now, because obviously some of the smart trainers having to adapt to that. I mean,
So
you're part of the fitting process.
So
Tell us about
obviously,
that.
a lot of the trainers now will come up with adapters. You can either run your skewer systems for. A lot of them are new, obviously, with the disc brake. A lot of guys run the through axle. So it's just a matter of the fittings do come with all the trainers nowadays, just because it's got to be compatible. And chatting to the guys from Shimano yesterday as well, they're telling us all the new bikes are coming out with discs. So the thing of the rim brakes is the thing of the past now. They're going to start fading out, and everybody's going to be wearing disc brakes.
Absolutely. Stephen Williams coming in, and Travis on form this morning. Nice to see him going well. Anthony Fitzhenry, the founder of Quebec, tuning in and saying good morning as well. Hi, Ant. Nice to see you, and nice to see the girl power rocking it out this morning. Don't forget, guys, to engage with us on the platform. It is on the YouTube channel. So those of you watching the live stream, or those of you at home, wanting to get involved, check out the racing on the platform, and don't forget to get involved in the community. Give us some comments and chats, and tell us how it's going. Tell us who you're supporting. Tell us where you're watching from, and we'll be able to give you maybe a couple of shout outs as well. So back to the racing now. Hayden Simpson, Pain Cave Morning Love. How's he doing there, Al?
Yeah, 17 k's in, so they haven't got too far to go. They've got about 8 k's still to go, but I mean, that's a long way for when you're on the rivet. You're saying, please, where's the finish line? But, the guys are still looking. There's still big bunches out there, so it just shows you the guys are hanging on, and obviously it's going to come down to sprint. Like I said earlier, there's going to be a big bunch sprint towards the front. So I just want to try and get back to the front and see where those guys are, just so we don't miss that finish line sprint.
All right. So while you're doing that, I think what we're going to do is introduce you to our third profile rider in Studio 2 this morning. It is Jared James, also of the Mavericks Academy, and let's go and have a look at his profile quickly. There he is, part of the Mavericks Academy. And he's been doing Zwift about 4 months, and he's not really sure which his favorite route is yet on the platform, but getting into it, and really cool to have him join us today. When we chatted to Trav last week, he put a shout out to his riders, and Maria and Trav were the first two, and Jared were the first two to say, let's get this done. So excited to have them. Let's get back now and see what's going on the racing, and then hopefully we'll get across to Jared in Studio 2 and see how he's doing over there. But here we go, Matthijssen now, WC16M.
Yeah, that's Western Cape 16 mile. That's for the schools racing series. That's the one they've got to use. So that's what that stands for there. But he's up here with the big boys as well. So a talented youngster that's obviously very promising for the Western Cape. They're very proud of him, because obviously when at the Spur mountain bike series, all the provinces come and race against each other. And obviously Western Cape walk around like this is their man's.
Let's go and have a look quickly and see what Jared is up to in studio, how he's going in his pain cave. You can see him there on the right-hand side now. He's head down, he's out of the blocks now, really starting to put down the effort. You can see Trav as well, working hard right next to him. And these boys are really putting down some watt bombs.
And something Travis mentioned this morning, as you can see if you're sitting on the bike, look how it's actually moving. And it's a nice feature that's built into this Flex trainer that the guys can, it does allow a little bit of, to give that the real world feel on those trainers as well.
Very cool. Jared taking a drink and he's going to get working. Let's get back to the studio now and get back to the racing. Matesa now, they're the girls, Natalie Augustino. Another girl, another lady that just rocked it out towards the end of last year. She just got stronger and stronger.
She took a nice December. I spoke to her last week. I said to what happened in the racing. She said, no, December was great. So coming back onto form now, obviously I think she's in the second bunch on the road at the moment. But yeah, she'll definitely be on the way back. Supergirl, so she's part of Maria's team, one of Maria's teammates.
All right, let's quickly go across what's really cool about the Zwift platform on their YouTube channel specifically is that they have an incredible playlist of how do I do this, how do I do that, do I have a question, what happens here when I do this, and they've got these incredible how-to videos. One of those is coming up for you now, and it's training on Zwift with Kerry. It's a short VT just to give you some tips and clues on what's going on through the platform when you get involved in the training.
I'm Carrie. Today we're going to talk about training on Zwift. Whether you want to push yourself with a workout created by world-class coaches, start a training plan that automatically adjusts to your schedule, or experience the contagious enthusiasm of training alongside Tour de France competitors, Ironman pros, and athletes just like yourself, you've got a lot of choices on Zwift. First, let's talk about free rides and free runs. On Zwift, this is all about hopping on your treadmill or bike and exploring the world of Zwift. Each time you log into Zwift, you've got a choice between two worlds. Watopia and one of our guest worlds. Could be New York, London, Innsbruck, and more. Each of these worlds have a selection of routes to choose from. You can go with big climbs, rolling hills, or lots of flats. And there are plenty of segments within those routes that let you climb that KOM, chase that sprint, and keep going for PRs. Zwift even keeps track of your personal bests so you can come back and go after them again. Now let's talk about training. This is why riders and runners come to Zwift. There's a whole menu to choose from, organized by time, graded by difficulty, so you can always find the one that fits your needs. Many of the workouts are as short as 30 minutes, so even the Zwifter with the busiest schedule can sneak in a solid training session. And if you have more time, there are even more workouts to choose from, whether you're looking to improve your sprint, lose weight, or fine-tune that endurance. And if you're looking to tackle a long-term goal, check out Zwift training plans. No matter what your goal is, there's a Zwift training plan out there for you. Built by world-class coaches, these plans will auto-adjust to your schedule, so if you miss a day, don't worry, come back and we'll be ready for you. With our training plans, Zwift does the thinking for you, so you can just show up and concentrate on your workout. Are you ready to chase after your goals? Experience just how awesome training is on Zwift by signing up for your 7-day free trial at Zwift.com.
All right, thanks very much, Kerry. Really cool to learn about that and seeing some movement going on here. Diaz has gone away here and looking good in the men's race from the United States of America, if I'm correct.
49 years old, yeah, and he's launched an attack now with about 3 kilometers to go. Coming a Groenveld, but trying to look, see, that looks like a Dutch flag. Groenveld in second, there we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Seed Miller there as well, Main in there as well. Let's quickly go across and then we're going to come straight back to the men's finish. Let's go and have a look at Hayden Simpson and his profile, obviously riding with us from his pain cave on Zoom this morning. And let's quickly have a look and see his profile. There it is there, team captain of the Pain Cave Morning Love team. What a great bunch of guys. Founder and executive director of Galileo Risk and the headline sponsor of the Premier League South Africa. Hayden, we are very, very grateful for your company's support, and we love having you guys on the platform. So thanks so much for all that you do, and not only that you do for us, but what you do in the world of cycling here in South Africa. You guys are making a difference every single day. Let's quickly shoot to Hayden in his pain cave. He'll be really sweating it out now with just on 2.5 Ks to go. He's really started to master this platform. Let's check if we can get him in on Zoom.
The shirt's definitely come up.
Come on, Hayden, all the way to the line. You don't have to talk. You're doing well. Go, 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 go. All right.
I think you should get your Nita to sit there with a spray bottle and spray.
All right. Hayden, we're coming back to you after the race. Go, boy. All right. So just we got two to 2.5 Ks to go now, and the guys now into the tunnel. Al, maybe you can take us through what's happening at the front end there.
Yeah, so these are guys. This is the leading bunch now at the moment. You can see the 23.6K, so it's about 2 kilometers to go now. It's all come back together. Was that our Beswick? Is Richard Beswick racing?
I didn't see. Did you see the name?
Yeah, I saw Beswick. Yeah, Richard
he'll
Beswick.
Be strong. He'll be
Richard
strong.
Beswick.
Nice to see you, Rich.
Yeah.
Welcome, bud. All right.
There we go. He's actually leading at the moment.
Van Zyl having good. Wagenaar there from Rulli is looking to do something. Danny Spence moving as well at the front end. Travis now starting to move up. So this is really exciting, guys. We've got just over 1 kilometer to go. I think 25.8 is the total today. And the guys are pushing the watts. Look at that. 49 kilometers an hour. Watts here on Richard Beswick. 320 watts at the moment. The brakes are going to start coming. We've got to stay at the front end. Let's see what Deers is doing and maybe see if the boys come back at him.
So Deers obviously trying to go off the front. He's got about just over 1 kilometer to go now. Have the guys, you can see at the bottom of the screen it says Danny Spence 15 meters back, 26 meters. You can see the guys, Danny Spence trying to come across that gap. He has also gone away from the rest of the guys. He is lying in second now. He's launched an attack. Travis is just behind him. He's also trying to obviously help him. So the Rulliers have got a lot of riders in that mix, and they obviously don't want to be caught off. They got caught off guard last week. I think they went back to the drawing board and said, guys, this is how we're going to play it. Coming second is not for us. We want to win the game today, and looks like they certainly are coming back. Yeah.
All right, exciting times. The South Africans getting up against USA at the moment. Japan in there as well. Suba from Japan riding really well. Thompson now rocking out at the front end. Miller's there as well. Abmosa looking good. Swanepoel, Doyle in there as well. So the racing really fast now, going into the last sort of 800 to 1,000 meters. So 1 kilometer to go. And you can see how it's changed to night time all of a sudden. But really cool to see the guys working hard at the front end. What's going down
I don't know if you saw
here?
all the numbers turning red just now. That means the guys were pushing big numbers.
There we go.
And there we go. And Ed's gone again. Ed has decided he's going again, and that's what and that's what you need to do. You need to keep launching off here, and you watch those numbers on the right hand side now. Watch it turn red. So there's a bit of a reprieve at the moment. The guys are gathering themselves. They're trying to bring the sprinters forward, and watch now with about a couple of 100 meters to go, those numbers are going to turn red and the guys are going to be going for it.
Interesting to see who's got what power-ups in their bag as well. You see Ed Deers now maybe a little bit spent, trying to get back into the bunch. He's got that camouflage shirt on, so you can almost go and see him. But he really is working hard. There's the finish line there. You can see the lights on the boulevard and the waterfront. The guys now heading it to
Lawrence De Beer now, he's launched an attack. He's gone off the front. Let's have a look. Who's got? It's Bradley Fleming. It looks like it's Bradley Fleming that's gone off the front as well. Now he's in there. Jerry James also in the mix as well. Let's have a look if we can find some more of these other
Humphrey's
guys.
going from USC Avengers as well by the looks of it. Jared James having a good ride here from Mavericks. He's in studio with us as well, so he's really putting in a big effort here today. Look at that, really pushing out some red numbers. The finish line's on its way. I'll call it.
Yeah, I think no, it's definitely not Jerry James. I think they're about to catch him. That's what it looked like there. So it's pulled us away from there, the racing. So I'll try and see if I can get them back again quickly.
Straight up to the front.
Yeah.
Fleming is there as well. Nice to see him having a good race. Stratham as well. Stoffens as well. Fishy, Sanders all having a good race. So let's have a look and see where we are. But some good racing, guys. Congratulations in the men's race. It's going to be really, really close at the front end. And the guys have worked incredibly, incredibly hard. You can see across that finish line now.
They've gone across the finish line. These guys are all sitting up, so we'll have to go to the results, unfortunately. Crossing over to one of those riders. He wasn't in the mix. But yeah, so these guys, you'll see the other riders will start populating the world now because they are obviously, the guys are obviously out of that world now. So let's go and find some of our other riders in the mix.
So you see there, Danny Spence, you can see that orange Tron bike absolutely spent from the Rulliers, a big effort there from the Rulliers. We saw Bradley Fleming going out hard. We saw Travis Johnson in there working really, really hard as well. Coach Nick Porteous in the mix there as well. So the guys really, really putting down. Main was in there as well, and really good to see him racing. But Sudo from Japan having a good ride. Nice to see him. Nice to see the USA having a good ride here this morning as well. Incredible racing, gentlemen. You've gone under 35 minutes. We thought it would be around, 34, 35 minutes. You've gone probably 33:01, 33:02. So congratulations, guys. An incredible race from the men here this morning. Don't forget, we'll get those results out across the different platforms today. But don't forget, if you will be on Zwift Power, go and check out your results on Zwift Power and see how you went. We're going back to the ladies now.
Yeah, the ladies, we're going to try and bring up the leaders.
And we're going to try and pick up some of the leaders in the ladies racing. While we're doing that, let's go quickly and have a look at some of the community pictures from last week on our Premier League South Africa community platform. Lots of engagement through the platform on the social media. Let's quickly go and have a look and see those. Courtney Webb moving through nicely, and She really is looking good at the moment. A nice race here from Sarah Hill from the Mega team as they make their way towards the finish line. They've got just over 4.5 kilometers to go now. So some nice racing from them. And you can see this bunch together. I'm not sure how many in that bunch. Al, have you managed to get a count in?
Well. There's about probably about 8 riders in that bunch that they've gone away. Just trying to pick up all the Amy Beth 14 seconds back. Paris Edwards, she's in the mix there as well. I think Teresa Ralph's 18 seconds back. Kimberly Court, she's 41 seconds back. So the pace very fast. These guys are really. And Michaela Surtees, I think she's in the mix here as well. So she's still with them. And she's one that they've got to watch. It looks like she's changed teams. It's like she's with Cycle Nation. She was with Quebec.
That's right, Cycle Nation entering a team, a full ladies team, which is really good and going to keep it nice and competitive up front. So a big shout out to Lincoln King and the team from Cycle Nation. Premier League here, getting some feedback here. AJ Spierenshoek saying good morning. AJ down in the Cape, would love to see him back racing. Remember the early days with him and all sorts, how they knocked it out in the mixed category. So really cool to see them. Jacques Leroux checking in as well, saying morning guys, looking good. And the guys really starting to get up and watch the platform. So nice to have them on the ladies now. Michaela Surtees joining the Cycle Nation team. She is now sponsored by Cycle Nation on the road. Remember racing for the Quebec ladies last year. So really cool to see her having a good ride here this morning. And the girls have got about just over 3Ks to go. We're going to try and get across to those community pictures again if we can, and just have a check on what's been going on in the Premier League South Africa community this week. All right, so there we go. So coming back in, we want to see what's happening with the racing. Unfortunately, not being able to get across to that right now, and we'll make sure that we try and get onto that a little bit later. But a big shout out to the Premier League South Africa community. Guys, thanks so much for all your feedback, your positive criticism, as well as your ride-ons and your thumbs up, and the fact that you guys are just really loving it. Look at that there, guys. We've got the manta ray there. We've got a whale, it looks like, on the left-hand side as well, as the girls get under that tunnel and out of that tunnel for the last time. They've got about 2.6 kilometers to go. We're going to watch the ladies racing, and then what we're going to do after that is go straight across and have a chat with Hayden Simpson from Pain Cave Morning Love on Zoom. So the ladies racing now. This is the front.
This is the second group, the chasing group. So this is Amy, Teresa all together here. They're obviously forming a bit of trying to come back onto that group because they know they haven't got far to go now. Back to the front, it says Courtney Webb is still in the mix there. We've got Sarah Hill, we've got Joe van der Winkel's in this mix as well. So they need to watch out for Courtney. I wonder if the girls still remember Courtney from last year.
So dangerous. Remember, she came not out of nowhere, a schoolgirl, remember, going and coming into the platform in September, October, and taking 3 wins back to back. Unprecedented, never been done before with us here on the Premier League South Africa.
Just shows the pace. They've dropped Paris Edwards. So it just shows you how fast they're going.
That's amazing. So look at that. Leroux up at the front. We've got Shaw there as well from Peak Ladies. Saga from Japan in there as well. Courtney Webb having a good ride. Nguyen from looking to see, that looks like China in there as well. So like really good to see a good race and a good ride coming from her. Congratulations. Hope you're enjoying the racing with us here on the Premier League South Africa platform. Sarah Hill now looking to make a move towards the front end, and watching her at the moment on the bike. These ladies doing 40 kilometers an hour as they come to about 2.8 kilometers from the finishing line. So really good to see them. Some nice revolutions per minute on the left-hand side. You can see their heart rate also moving at around 162 beats per minute. So going to be interesting to see the tactics. And one thing we know is that Courtney Webb knows how to finish a race.
She knows how to sprint. She's wicked on the sprint line. I don't discount Sarah Hill today. I think she's she's on fire at the moment as well. I see her training quite hard. Michaela Surtees, another one, can seriously pack a punch when it comes to sprinting. So, in fact, her first win last year was almost at the same finish line. The same. So she knows this finish line. She's going to know when to go. Obviously, it worked for her last year. She's going to use the same tactics as last year as well.
So exciting to see, and very cool to have this beach island loop. 12.8 kilometers, 2 laps of the course today, 44 meters of elevation, and it really is flat and fast, and it really does suit the sprinters coming into the end. We're just on about 1.2, 1.3 kilometers from that finish line. You're going to see the power-ups coming now.
See the numbers start going red now. That means that the attacks are coming. It looks like it's Michaela Surtees that has gone away. She has launched an attack. Like I said, she knows this finish line. She knows when to go, and it is a huge response from the back. You can see all those numbers turning red.
And she's backing herself from a long way out as well, which is quite exciting. So Michaela Surtees, full of confidence coming out of last week. I think second place last week here on race number 1, and she She really is putting it down hard and fast at the moment. Saga there from Japan. We've got Nyige in as well there. South African Courtney Webb. We've got Van der Winkel there as well. Shaw, Hill, LaRue, Edwards, McDougall, Rolfe. All looking good as they make their way towards the finish line. Alistair, I'm going to leave it to you to bring them home.
So a couple hundred meters to go. So Michaela, was she testing, seeing who's got what, who's got the legs, who's going to come across. Sarah Hill has gone. As I said to you, don't obviously disregard Sarah. She's on form at the moment. She's now going as well. But like I was saying, was Michaela testing the waters? Was she saying who's going to follow if I launch? You know, sometimes the guys are just testing and just to see what they got. So maybe we can expect another launch pretty short from Michaela. But Courtney Webb, I think we need to watch. Does it look like Paris Edwards might have come back as well? No, she hasn't come
just
back.
Just not back. There's the finish line. There's the boardwalk. There, the lights. Alistair, bring it home. Bring the girls across the line.
Not too far to go now. They've got about 300 meters still to go. Let's have a look. I'm going to go back over to Courtney Webb as well now. She should be right in the front there. She is Courtney Webb there at the moment, representing South Africa. She's with the Nguyen from China, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't follow her, so I can't pick up her profile. But Courtney Webb lying in second. Let's have a look if she's going to go. What's going to happen now with Courtney there? We've got Saga now. She's up into second. It looks like it is Courtney Webb. It's changed now. Saga, Courtney in second.
Yeah,
there we go. It looks like it's Saga.
There's the line.
Courtney, I don't know. We'll have to check the results. I couldn't see from that helicopter view right at the end, obviously. But I think Courtney might be first or second. I think she definitely came back again. Sarah Hill definitely across there as well. We've got Michaela Surtees has gone across the line as well. So these girls doing well. We'll go back to Amy Beth McDougall. They shouldn't be too far now. Her and Teresa Ralph, they're going to be sprinting now towards the end as well.
A great race there from Japan. Saga going well. Courtney Webb from South Africa looking good in the mix there as well. Nice to see all the flags coming through. There's the Danish flag there. We also saw some racing out of China and Canada. And what we're going to do now is we're going to cut across and have a chat with Hayden Simpson. He's in his Pain Cave and he's finished his race for Pain Cave Morning Love. Let's have a quick chat with him and see how it went out there today. Hayden, morning.
Morning. Hey Max, how are you, man?
Was that a bit better than last week?
I hate you, Al. Yeah, look, Al, you and I are going to have a meeting just personally, the two of us. Last week you put us up the mountains, and this week you gave us an opportunity to take a break. I know I'm sounding a bit moanish. That doesn't seem like you can get it right. But may I make a suggestion? Al, do you think there's any chance we can race from the top of Mont Ventoux to the bottom?
Downhill. And we'll get Greg Menard to come and join us. That's a great idea. Hayden, flat and fast this morning, man. Just so good to see a jam-packed men's field. A lot of international athletes joining us on the public platform here on Zwift. But some really great racing. The South Africans getting it together today and making sure that they're marking those international athletes. How was the race for you today?
Well, look, it was, I obviously wasn't anywhere near that top 30 you were talking about, guys. I was back in the second 30. But I mean, it was, as always, it's an absolute max effort for 35, 36 in our case. Fantastic way to get a Tuesday morning going. Fortunately, I have a couch in my office, so there's a real chance I might be spending a bit of time on that later today.
Tell me, Pain Cave Morning Love team, who was representing? I saw Peter Besaidon out there this morning. Who else was with you?
Yeah, Pete was there taking me in the sprint, which I'm sure I'll hear a lot about in the next half an hour. Tom was riding this morning as well. And we're hoping to have Kyle and Frank and Jono back in the next week or two.
Brilliant, brilliant, Hayden. Well, listen, from our side, obviously, it's so incredible to have you back in the mix. Obviously, we expected to only get racing in April this year, but just the community getting behind us, and a big shout out to you and your team at Galileo Risk and Infinity Insurance for coming on board once again as our title partner. An exciting place to be during very difficult times.
It is, isn't it? So obviously, from our standpoint, very much jumping on board last year during lockdown, and you know the reality is, unfortunately, we've seen a lot of our big races cancelled again this year. So we felt that we had to get involved again to keep racing alive in South Africa. We're very passionate about the sport and about health and fitness particularly. So saw it as a fantastic opportunity to reignite this fantastic concept. And thanks for giving us the opportunity.
And incredible thanks, Hayden, and thanks to you. And incredible to see the new team, Galileo Infinity Spot Racing, Sam Saunders, South African Marathon champ, joining in, and also the national champ from Mauritius, Kim Lacourt, joining in. A nice blend and opportunities to mix and match there, but certainly incredibly talented young ladies.
Yeah, we're very excited about the new team, bringing in a third athlete this year, which is something that we've been looking at for a while now. And as you correctly said, great opportunity to mix and match some really talented cyclists in the side. And we really are looking forward to the year ahead, and we hope that the races open up shortly so that we can showcase some of this fantastic talent that we're supporting.
All right, amazing, Hades. Thanks so much for joining us from your pain cave. Enjoy that sleep on your couch. I'll make sure not to wake you in the early hours. Thanks so much, bro. See you soon. Thanks, Hayden. Bye-bye.
Thank you, gentlemen. Awesome show. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. So really cool chatting with Hayden Simpson, always light-hearted, full of a joke, but you can see he's been bleeding through his eyeballs out there this morning, and you better enjoy that meeting with him soon. So Sam Saunders out now from Galileo Infinity Spot Racing, new to the platform. She's done a little bit of riding and training on it, but not as much racing. So really cool to see her joining that Galileo Infinity Spot Racing team, and she's going to get better and better. The adaptation happens fast.
You do learn. You do have to learn the platform. You're going to come on here, you think I'm going to ride because I can ride on the road. I'm fine. It's a completely different look and feel, and everything is different. You're using the power-ups. It's a gaming platform, and you get guys, like I was saying earlier, you get guys that can ride the Zwift world, and you take them outdoors and they're nowhere, but you get guys that ride nowhere outdoors, and they come on here and they excel on the Zwift platform. So it's really, at the end of the day, it's how you play the game as well. Look, don't get me wrong. Those boys that are riding in the front are super powerful. Those guys are unbelievably fast as well. So and they're fast on the road as well. That's what I just can't catch them.
So we're going to go quickly, and we've got Maria Gomez here from the Supergirls. She's in Studio 2. What we're going to try and do is get across to Studio 2 and see how Maria is doing as she makes her way towards the finish line. She's only got about 1.4 Ks to go. So let's get across to Studio 2 and have a chat. There she is there, Maria. She's not going to talk because she's going to be tired. But
Maria always talks. Maria always talks.
Have a chat, Al. Have a chat.
There we go.
She's good.
So Maria, tell me what happened to the guys on your left? Are they all gone? Okay, so talk us through the tequila.
Okay, so tequila and lemon.
Tequila.
Lemon juice. So I raced with Don Julio since I joined Swift.
All right, so Maria, nice to have you. We'll catch up with you a little bit later. She's nearly at the finish line. You can see her just on about 1 kilometer to go until her finish. We're going to catch up with those community pictures of the week now and see what's been going on across the social media platforms over the past week or so. There you have it, an incredible new thing coming up. We're going to bring that up just now as well, but our association and support of the South African schools racing on Zwift as well. Very exciting. That's starting to this week.
Saturday.
So this week, Saturday, I think the 13th, you said it was?
Yeah, so 13 is going to be the dry run, basically the test that we're going to test out, let the guys all get used to the platform, and then we start the E-Champs, and the guys from Anatomic are designing a jersey, so that's really great to see our team, the guys there. So it's a full-on Champs series.
And it's got, from our side, we're helping with the Zwift platform, setting up those events for them on Zwift, so they're going to be actual events on Zwift, not just meetups. Alistair's going to be running the live stream there for them, and obviously educating and uplifting the young community, training them, teaching them more about Zwift and what it's all about. Nice to see the guys from Garmin Tax on board there as well as one of the partners. So really excited about that. Race day, of course, some amazing stuff happening in the world of cyclocross over the last couple of weeks, and that massive fight between Mathieu van der Poel and Wout van Aert. What an exciting race it was at the World Championships in Belgium 2 weekends ago, and Mathieu van der Poel coming away with his 4th consecutive World Championship victory. So incredible there. Team Quebecer Assos on fire, getting some very good results out there as well. Nice to see the guys getting out into the real world and getting some racing done, and of course always amazing to have the support and keeping it tidy with our guys from Galileo Risk and Infinity Insurance. So guys, please keep those things coming to us, send us stories, get those stories up onto Instagram, tag Premier League South Africa, and we'll be bringing up some really cool content going forward in that space. Also
something we were chatting about this morning, do you see the new rule? I'd love to see if Zwift are going to follow that they've now outlawed the super tuck. So, yes, and then also you can't lie on your bars on your with your elbows. Not even the tri bars. Just you can't even put your elbows on your normal handlebars and ride like that anymore. And then obviously littering and stuff. So they've done away with the super tuck. So I would love to see if Zwift is going to follow the UCI.
And Alan, what do you think the reasons are behind that? Do you think it's a safety,
thing? I get the handlebars, lying with your elbows on the handlebars. I get that from a safety thing. But the super tuck, I mean, you're holding on it. I don't know what happened, if there was a big crash somewhere that somebody decided it it wasn't safe. I'm baffled because I love this. I'm a big boy. I like this a bit.
On the downhill spirit, he's our friend.
Yeah.
All right, so interesting to see that. Let's quickly go and have a look at that school series, the South African School Cycling Series, which we are now supporting through the Premier League South Africa. It's going to be 5 events. They've got a warm-up / training event this week, Saturday. It's going to be every Saturday morning, one in March, one in April, one in May, and then the SA Champs will be coming your way in June. So anyone involved in the platform, moms and dads out there watching, if you've got kids and they've got an affiliation and an affinity with your Zwift platform and your trainer, we are running a schools. Al, let's just a school series. Let's just talk quickly about the categories there. Al, how does that work?
So it's going to be very, very similar to the mountain bike categories. You're going to have your junior men, your youth 15 and 16 will be in separate categories, and then the sub juniors as well. And now we've also, because we've had such a big demand for it, we've now created a whole race for the primary schools as well. So they've got the nippers, the sub nippers, the sprogs, all of them are basically can race. And they're all going to be in their own category. So it's not a case of the sprogs are racing with the juniors and stuff. It's different distances. We're doing everything that's, basically making it real world sort of scenario and giving them all a chance.
It's going to keep you busy. All right, let's have a look here. Some nice chats here. Well done, Joe. On his first race, Kim checking in as well with the Rwandan riders. Looking forward to getting some of those Team Africa rising athletes onto the platform from the different countries in Africa, and that's going to be coming your way shortly. Really cool to see their association with Zwift internationally and the ability to get those Zwift subscriptions into those Zwift kiosks. So that's something new and exciting coming our way. Joe coming in saying his first race that he absolutely loved it. Thanks for the great show, boys, from Hayden. So cool to have those comments coming through. Quickly, I think as well, let's go and have a look at what's coming. In the past, what we did through the platform is we did a weekly post-race rundown and prize giving. Now we're only going to do that on a monthly basis so that we can focus on some incredible prizes and experiences for you guys, but also that end of the month post-race rundown. Myself and Alice will be there. We'll bring in a guest speaker for you. We'll chat about the racing and the month's racing, and then we'll do some winner announcements, tell you what's coming up in the next month, which will be March, and then of course the prize giving. So tune in for that the last Wednesday of every month here on the Premier League.
Watching the race, and the guys have finished just in time. We've still got 4 riders out there, and it started raining. So, I mean, how well timed was that? So, I mean, I wouldn't have packed a rain jacket this morning.
All right, let's cut across quickly to that screen on Quebecer. Obviously, Quebecer, our charity of choice here on the Premier League South Africa. Bicycles Changing Lives, and incredible news that the assembly facility at Groot Marico is open again for the first time since COVID-19, operating within the lockdown workspace restrictions, and they're currently doing around 50 bicycles a day. So incredible to see that up and running again. It makes our hearts really, really happy. Of course, the big news last year, Dougie Ryder pulling a rabbit out the hat and signing for Team Quebecer Assos, which will be racing this year as one of the 23 teams in the Tour de France and the other big tours around the world. And really cool to see Quebecer stepping up into that major partnership with the team, and there's going to be such incredible stuff happening there. So Bicycles Changing Lives, really cool to see the team from Quebecer in that space, positive, re-energized and good to go. So to Anthony and the team, good luck out there this year, guys. We're going to do our very best to support you, and please let us know if there's any way that we can help from our side. So exciting times. We're going to get those results a little bit later, but both exciting racing in the men's and ladies. And as you said, the guys went out hard from the get-go.
It was definitely one of those routes today. It was going to be the Foss route when you drive from the start. The results will be up on Zwift Power by 7 o'clock. So guys, if you want to go and check that out, in the meantime, you can do so. We'll obviously put it all out because we do a whole different point system with the teams and stuff. So I'll go through that today and hopefully have it out by this afternoon. But yeah, it was a really great day of racing, and I think a lot of guys will go to work. It gives them something to talk about. Like Hayden said last week, I threw a bit of a seriously climbing route last week, as a welcome back, and I think it certainly gave the guys something to talk around the water cooler at work. And today again, I'll go back and you can see he said he knew straight away he's going to be chirped the whole day from Peter Bezade. So even though they're racing on the same team and there's racing going on here, the guys, it's a small community, and the guys all know each other, so there'll be a lot of revving each other on the WhatsApp groups and stuff throughout the day.
One thing we haven't gone and showed you yet today, and we've got a little bit of time, is the Coach's Corner. And this week we've got Travis Johnson joining us from Mavericks Academy, Rulia Tritons. He was in studio with us this morning. We asked him some questions about how he fits the Premier League South Africa Tuesday mornings into the schedule of his athletes, and a little bit about his association with Premier League South Africa. Have a look at this.
Good morning, Premier League South Africa. Hope you're having a great morning. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. Just down here in the pain cave in the garage, and we're just going to go over a couple of points just from the coaching side that we try to look at with the athletes at Mavericks Academy. Why do the Premier League South Africa on a Tuesday morning? Well, why not? And a lot of the thinking behind is trying to get the guys accountable, get everybody racing, and really just get out, wake up early and enjoy a race. We don't know what's ahead, but definitely having something on the programs to get people out there and racing has been a really nice advantage. Sometimes it can get pretty tough racing hard every week. We do also try to implement a squad system, so having a team of 4 to 6 where you can maybe rotate every week, but at the same time also play a different role. So some weeks I'll be working a little bit hard on the front for the beginning of the race, and some weeks it'll change it up. I'm more on the sprinting or the climbing side. So it doesn't necessarily make every session on the Premier League hard, but you're playing a bigger role for the greater purpose and results of the team, which has been really nice. But definitely on the coaching side, we try to get a balance of the week. So if the Tuesday is pretty hard, we try to mix it up with a little bit of lighter aerobic riding for the rest of the week, so that it's sustainable and we can continue doing it for the months to come. Good luck out there, and I hope you have a great racing on.
All right, so great message there from Trav Johnson. He's obviously got to get back and take kids to school. That's why the racing is so early here in South Africa. You know, things get started early. We're still in summer. Guys are getting their kids to school from any time from 7 in the morning, then trying to get across to work if they're not working virtually from home. So it's a big hustle, and an incredible father and good friend here of the Premier League South Africa. So we've got Golgelov here from the Peak JMS team.
I don't want to CJM. I'll have to ask Jared what that means. What CJ is. One of the new teams.
Yeah. So Al, quickly, just a quick thing coming through here. How do people find out more about the school series?
The best is obviously chat to your school, obviously if your school is involved, or each school's got a representative. Otherwise, get onto the Facebook page, there's School Cycling South Africa. Get on there, drop a message on there. They're very good at answering. Paula runs it as well, Paula Damilano. We've got Annalise in the Cape as well. They're monitoring it all the time. So get on there, like that Facebook page and ask the questions there. All the information comes on there, exactly how you get involved, how the entry links are on there, everything that you need to know, basically all the information that you can get involved with, and obviously have a trainer. That's the most important thing.
All right, fantastic. Guys, we've taken a couple of screenshots from this morning. We'll get those out into a little album for you later on in the week. Obviously, we'll have our regular 2-minute highlights reel from the show today. On behalf of everyone here at the Premier League South Africa, thank you for joining us this morning, whether as a fan and someone watching, someone within the community, or someone riding and taking part in the race. A big shout out to all the international athletes joining us. A big thank you. Please spread the word and get more and more guys to join us when they can. Remember, guys, Premier League racing is every single Tuesday morning at 5:30 in the morning. Entry is free. Just get onto the entry portal, go and register, sign your T's and C's so that we know that everything is legitimate. And remember, get registered with Swift Power.
Must very, very important. If you're not on with power, it's like racing without a timing chip, no result. Same as with power, you've got to do it.
All right, 100%. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to play out with the Quebecer Kuba song. As always, Quebecer, our charity of choice here on the Premier League South Africa, bicycles changing lives within the communities. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time for the next live stream. Cheers.